Hey guys, it's Nicholas here from upgradeTolife.com and welcome to this quote of the week video, which will touch base on the topic of daydreaming and why daydreaming isn't always really good, because daydreaming can make you feel euphoric and amazing, and you picture the desire and you think of it and you say, oh yeah, that would be amazing, and you have 10-minute mind movies of you and the desire and you and the circumstances, but you are actually not translating it into being it, into having it. It still feels separate. It still feels like it would be so nice if I could be there and have that, but you're not internally in it. It doesn't internally feel natural to you. It just feels euphoric to think about it, and that is not how we want to approach it. So with this video, I want to tell you what is the biggest mistake that people do, and how to shift into a desired state correctly. So let's just dive right into this quote. I want to read it and then explain it to you. And this is simply what Neville Goddard said. He said, do you daydream the right way? Right? Translate your dream into being. Perpetual construction of future states without the consciousness of already being them, of already having them, that is picturing your desire without actually assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, is the fallacy and the mirage of mankind. It is simply futile daydreaming, nothing more. It's not entering a state and therefore not getting the manifestation. Right? If you only construct states, think of them, daydream about them, but you are not entering them, you are not in them, you are not assuming them, you're not viewing the world from them, you're not imagining them to the point of naturalness, to the point of conviction, then you won't manifest them. Right? That's the simple conclusion here. So again, do you daydream correctly? Now you can utilize what we call daydreaming, where after you had a lunch, you sit down and you start to imagine things. You can totally utilize that. But if it's like an uncontrolled daydream where you think of this and then you think of this and then you let this come up, that's not consciously occupying and shifting in a state, right? You do not translate your dream into being when you just daydream. I have a powerful video which is called Stop Seeking and Start Being. I will link this one above right now, because that is what we want to do. Right? If you still seek and hope and wish and desire and long for and picture what it would be like, that's all nice. That feels good in the moment, but then you keep still desiring it. Like, you're still not satisfied. It can be very frustrating if you don't translate it into actually being it, into actually having it. Having your desire, being your desired version of yourself, right? And Neville calls this perpetual construction of future states, right? And we do this all day. Like, we think of states, we think this would be nice, I would like to have this, maybe someday I could have this. And that's we construct those states. We see that they exist and we enter them a little bit, but then we instantly go out of them again. And we don't develop the awareness, the consciousness, the feeling of naturalness of literally being in that state, right? So if you picture your desire, your car, the money, the business success, the relationship, the health, the new lifestyle, the friendships, the better family situation, can be anything, right? If you picture that without having the feeling alive within that this is actually the case, that this is actually who you are, that this is actually normal for you, that you actually have this in your life, then this can be like a huge mistake. This is a huge mistake. This is not leading to results. This is what mankind is doing. They think of it, but they don't develop the feeling of the wish fulfilled, which again is not an emotion. It's nothing mysterious, nothing special. They simply don't develop this feeling of naturalness, of certainty, of knowingness, that it is done, that they are it already, which can be developed. We can start to increase our belief in the desire, like I explained in the video how to believe in your desire even against all odds, by imagining it, by experiencing it within, by developing scenes that imply to us that we have already achieved it. Therefore, we become aware of it. Therefore, we see it exists. We see it is possible. We see we are already it. We start to believe in it. We start to feel natural about it. And then it can manifest, right? But anything else is simply futile daydreaming, which is that you think of something, like I said also in last week's quote, thinking of it instead of thinking from it. Because when you consciously enter a state the right way, you start to think from it, you start to be in it, your world can start to express that state and manifest that state. If you continue to daydream about it and think of it, not much will change. Not much will change, right? In the free masterclass, which is the first link in the video description, pinned comments, I also touch base on this topic. I tell you how to finally shift into the version of yourself that is unstuck, that has faith, that knows how to manifest. So feel free to check this out. And if you want to work with me to apply everything that I share on the channel, those teachings, apply them in your life, manifest your desires, make it a lifestyle, be more peaceful, living more fulfilled, living more from within to without, being more stable within, then you can apply for a free call with me to find out if we are a good fit to work together, if we are also aligning, if we are in the same vibe, right? But yeah, that's the topic of this video. So stop daydreaming, right? Stop thinking of your desires. Stop hoping for it. That won't change anything. If you have a desire, that means that state does exist, but you can only express and manifest and see the confirmation of that desired state, the manifestation of what you want, when internally you shift in the state of having it, of being it. So therefore, stop thinking of it. Start being in it. Translate desiring it and hoping and looking for it into now being it, now having it. And how can we do this? By imagining a scene that implies we have it. By utilizing all the techniques and tools that I share on my channel, that Neville shared in his book, for us to make an inner movement and movement in the state of the wish fulfilled. That's it. That is, in a straightforward way, what we need to do. Right? And make this your mantra, right? Translate dream into being. As long as you catch yourself desiring and where is it and what would be so nice. Realize that, okay, that's an indication that you're right now not in the state of having it and being it. Otherwise, you could no longer desire it. And then make the shift again. Make the transition again. Imagine the scene. Utilize any technique. Gently, internally maneuver back into being it, back into having it, back into viewing the world. How you would view it, would you already have your desire? That's it. Okay? See you in the next one. Leave me your comments down below. Bye, guys.